Hello everyone, it's time to launch some more rockets. Sounding rocket reached 2460 with 938 units. Alright, so we're going to duplicate this. Are we? What's our tech look like? 42 days to lunar comms. I think actually yeah, you know what, let's do that. We can always unduplicate it later. We do not have a lot of money, but that's fine. Roll out. Okay. Oh yeah, right. I forgot to engage roll control. Glorious MechJeb. Yeah, I was not talking for a minute there. Hello. Minute 30. On the clock. Seconds. Yeah, it made orbit the first night I used it. These contracts are more lucrative than the orbital contracts at the moment. It basically is Thor-able. So I'm not surprised it reminds you of Thor-able. It's just Thor-able with a Gina width tankage. This is a 5-foot tank rather than a 2.5-foot tank. But yes, it basically literally is Thor-able. Except without the Altair, because I haven't gotten the Altair yet. Actually, I might have gotten the Altair. So I'm using a liquid kick stage. Guess we'll need a bit of the next stage to complete this contract. Spin up. Oh, nope, we did make it on this stage alone, I think. Yep, 2460, which we more than passed. Money! How nice. Yeah, almost $50 million. That's really a bit much. But I'm willing to take it, because I need the money. And I made some stupid decisions early on. 27 days to lunar comms. Same contract. That's fine. I'll take it. Yeah, we don't have the Altair yet. That's down here. What's the altitude? 2940. siesta on. Go. Hey, no, Mr. Bond. I'm glad your day is going well. Hey, Saab, good to see you. Actually, now that you're here, I can grill you about the tank mod, and also ask you about, so, the ship parts, the LR91, its gimbal transform is broken, and we haven't been able to fix it. Can you fix it? I mean, they use Thorable as a sounding rocket, so it's not that far out of whack. Oh, we had some kind of failure. Oh, that kind. I think we'll still make the contract. We only have to get to like 29 something. 29.20 or so. Can you throw all of it up on GitHub so that maybe somebody else can work on stuff? Because it would be great if RP-1 had those tanks. Because SSTU is a bit of a pain to deal with, and Proc Parts are also a bit of a pain to deal with, especially with tooling now. Yeah, well, happily we're all at 1.3 now, so that's cool. Yeah, there's that, and also in 1.1, 1.2, I forget which, I changed how gimbal transforms work. So the LR91 gimbal doesn't gimbal, which I think we were going to try to fix in Bill's Blender exportery thing, but I think we had problems. So it kind of relies on you to re-export. But I'm sorry to hear your work situation got so insane. I'm very familiar with insane work situations, and if you're doing something fun, it's fine-ish, but even then it's pretty bad. And if you're just grinding, then it's brutal indeed. It's Bill, it's the usual issue where it's a line Y up instead of Z up. Because KSP now requires that gimbal transforms be aligned with the thrust transform, so Z is along the thrust axis, rather than the part transform where Y is presumably along that axis. The VAB is supposed to be the lowest level. It's supposed to look like this, whatever this is. You're supposed to only have one build rate. How are we doing on lunar comms? Oh, that's right. We're still waiting for, well, I mean, I guess I could, like, just have MechJeb create my nodes for me. And shave 2 months off my lunar timetable, but that feels a bit cheaty. But I kind of want to go to the moon before supper, so I might do that anyway. Yeah, why not? Well, I guess we can launch one more of these puppies. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, and now let's build our lunar thingy. Which is going to be take the probe and 3289, 3106, 6038. Let me write these numbers down. Comms. Okay. 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 So we still have plenty of delta V. Um, Science. Do we have any more science we can science? No. We're sending enough of these to the moon that we don't have to put more than one biosample capsule in it. I use VS. How long does the thing's battery last? Quite long enough to get to the moon. I think the 20-inch X-ray is rated for like 2 or 3 weeks at least. It's an issue for things that aren't meant to be in space very long. Like if you do it with the sounding rocket core, then it's an issue. If you have a lot of antennas, like when I used to do lunar missions with, because I didn't want to wait for that antenna, when I just had a forest of these things, they draw enough power that it was actually a concern, especially if you take a slow trip to the moon. But this setup I've done many times and it should be fine. So, something untooled. What's the matter here? Huh? Okay. What do we have tooled? .609. Has that literally never been tooled? Well, huh. All right. Let's tool it. Oh, I think because I made this and then didn't actually know if I needed to stick with it or not. Cheap at the price. All right. So we'll build a couple of these, try to go to the moon. Good to see you, Coca-Cola. And Irinium? Oh, I'm sure I'm butchering that. But good to see you. All right, so we have to launch that sounding rocket mission first, and then we'll do the other things. Is the pad almost done? Yeah, the pad's done. All right, so let's go ahead and upgrade. Why does it do that weird thing? Anyway, let's go ahead and upgrade this pad. Come on. Come on. Wow, that's weird. It just sort of freezes up. All right. So then we'll be able to launch Atlas class LVs. Just the bare 20. I don't think it needs any extra battery. Saab, yep, RP-1. That's kind of why it's called RP-1. We have maintenance costs. We have astronaut training and retirements and all that fun stuff. We have tooling costs for tanks. Training, the training courses, all that cool stuff. Also a completely overhauled tech tree and everything else. I did not catch either of the launches today. I was busy the whole day, which is why I started late. We're still at 70. Let's spend a point. Okay. Excuse me. Whoops. We want to actually roll it out to Able. And I'm gonna do it in daylight. All right, pad Able will continue to be our Bobcat pad. Our Beagle Bobcat pad. One more of these and then we'll actually be launching the fun stuff. Uh-oh. That's bad. That was bad. For that, you're best served by getting on the IRC or the Discord or the something and asking somebody who actually exports parts who would know better. That I don't actually know the answer to. You can use just the version you have. Like, I mean, it's not like the problem. It's not like there are problems even with parts exported in Unity 4 point whatever, or like early 4 versions. It's the setup. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, that's the first failure the space program has had in a dozen, 2 dozen launches. Well, we had a partial failure on the last launch, actually, because there was a failure in the kick motor, but it didn't fail too much to... It didn't fail sufficiently to prevent a mission success. It just failed. Whoops, I guess I released the clamps a little early, but that's fine. Yeah, I would not suggest using 5.4 since, if memory serves, the part tools for it are different and have some issues. So if you still have a setup that works, use it. That is cool. Have they said anything else about it? I've been totally out of the loop. I mean, I'll be interested to see what integrations they'll have to make for making history, and how locked down it will be, and etc. So hopefully it won't actually have issues. I mean, like, I trust Jamie and Dave a whole heck of a lot. Like, I know they will not screw us over, but I'll be interested to see what balance they strike. Saab, yes, I have. I have indeed. I have been to orbit many times. This one goes out to like 40-something. Wait, why is the tracking station not working? That confuses me. Oh, right, because... No, it's working fine. I'm just not used to KSP. Yes, that thing has an apogee of like 60,000 kilometers. So yes, I've been to orbit. I skipped the Redstone R5, Vanguard, Juno, etc. era and went straight to Thorable. That was the difference this career. That seems weird. I thought Dan did a wonderful job with the female Kerbals. I mean, I thought Dan did a wonderful job with all the Kerbals. Dan's a great guy. I mean, I'm pretty sure the fan art already exists. I don't think it will actually get worse. How high do we have to get? Let's see. 3430. All right. Uh, 3430. Should be good. Okay. On up we go. Got the money. Now we can go for the moon. Okay. Oh, wait. Heh. I forgot to do this. Did I do this? Maybe I did this. We'll find out. Blowfish, that's because Lamont changed how steering and gravity losses are represented in MechJeb. So what used to appear as gravity losses now appears as steering losses for a lot of the flight. So that's why. Which, when optimizing a rocket, is hard, but I understand why mathematically it's like that. This was set up wrong. All of these launch vehicles were set up wrong because they were built before I added this feature. There we are. Yeah, basically, Blowfish, think about it like this. They're calculated versus orbital prograde. So, yeah, it is using the inertial reference frame the whole time. Because if you ever use the surface reference frame, those numbers cease to be accurate, basically. I mean, Lamont is probably here and can tell you better than me. But that's the TLDR. He convinced me. It's annoying, but it's true. Because it's less useful to me as like a designer and launch profile flyer, but for PEG, for everything else, it kind of has to be that way. All right, so that's fixed. Let's duplicate you. Let us hope Cicada 1 works. Our build rate is so high. Our science rate is not shabby either. All right, and now we're going to have to save up some serious cash and start upgrading R&D because it will take forever. And until we do that, we can't invest the science points we were about to get. So let's go to the moon. And we're not going to wait for daylight because it's going to be a night launch anyway because it's the winter. So, okay, launch into plane of target. We just missed our window by 3 hours. All right, we're at T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the engine. Let it spool up. And up we go. Let's see how the ascent goes. Yeah, I'm in camp scare quotes, just right along with Blowfish. I'm excited for the Falcon Heavy scrub next week. To be fair, I stole that joke from Ferrum. But yes. We're going to 160 by 160, right? Yeah. We'll have enough Delta V. Alright, let's see whether we jerk down to peg. 4, 3, 2, 1 second remaining, and oh yeah, that was a big jerk. So I guess we need to turn a little bit more. That relative, I should have done some hijinks to lower the relative inclination, but I didn't. One minute to Miko. Flames. Yeah, we have plenty of Delta V to reach orbit, so I'm not even going to keep that window open anymore. Oh, whoops. Apparently I forgot these things. Science! One second. Ignition of the Bobcat stage. 2 pascals. Just activate the antenna. I guess we could have waited till we were out of the atmosphere, but whatever. Burning towards the dawn. Oops, no, we want to go... Let's lower our inclination a little bit with respect to the moon, if we can. Nope, wrong way. That'll do. 28.623, let's maintain that. Steering losses mounting quite rapidly, but we're not going to have very high gravity losses, so that's fine. Coming up on insertion. That's pretty good. That's really pretty good. Maneuver planner, Hohmann transfer. Almost all the way around the Earth. Okay. That's really hitting it about as a bullseye. But I think what I want to do, given that MechJeb usually overburns ever so slightly, is let's add a 0.5 meter per second prograde and see what happens. And try to replicate that. Huh. Even 5 seconds isn't making a huge difference. Let's try 10 seconds. All right, well, I guess we'll just... What is that? That's quite... I think that's probably as bang on as we can get, and hopefully we'll be in... well, within the margin of error. Yeah, we're doing this with a kick motor. Here's our happy little spacecraft with its cute little stage. All right, let's try executing the node. Why are we in completely the wrong orientation? That's really weird. Oh, that's why. Probably. All right, I think we're at 12 seconds or maybe 11 seconds. Yeah. Come on, MechJeb, you're my only hope. Look at it go. What the heck did MechJeb do? Why did it overburn by 131 meters per second? I clicked execute next node, I thought. Did I like actually literally forget to click execute next node? That would be weird. Well, let's try it. Yeah, the AJ-10 is the stage that places the. This is literally Able, or Pioneer 0, just without even the hint of guidance for the actual payload, and with a liquid instead of a solid kick stage. Why does KSP crash? We'll be right back. It's really random when KSP crashes and when it doesn't when I alt-tab. Yes, Blowfish, an engine I am about to unlock as soon as I get that node. Because if memory serves, you told me that you could make a pretty nice launch vehicle using an LR-79 first stage, and then an X-405 second stage, and an Able third stage. I thought it had some level of guidance. I thought we found it actually had some level of guidance. Yeah, there's a giant debrief on it. I remember reading that. It's like, you know, a couple hundred pages PDF, and I'm pretty sure it had some rudimentary level of guidance. Because I mean, they had to orient for retrofire. So like, how are you going to do that? All right, let's try this again. Yeah, I must have somehow not actually been. Must have somehow not actually been in active guidance at the time. Yeah, I think Raiderneck found the actual debrief on the mission. Oh. Oh, wait. Will we actually impact it? Oh, that's unclear. Focus view. Nope. We way overshot. Or undershot or something. I guess what I should have done is set it up to use exactly that much delta V. So MechJeb is all about orientation rather than actually trying to cut the engine off at the right time. Because MechJeb does not do well with high thrust to weight ratios. Did we overburn or underburn? We overburned. We overburned because that's past the moon. Right? Yes. We overburned because that shape is outwards. So yeah. Okay. Oh well. At least we're going to be in the lunar SOI and we didn't have a failure. So I'm just going to save over the last and not cheat that because what's going? Oh, that's the warning. Let's see if we get anything interesting. Science. More science. Space high. Oh, son of a gun. Oh, but they're not actually used up, so it's fine. Because that wasn't fixed. Did not want to do that, but it's fine. I'm coming around to think that's not a bad idea, because, like, what you're doing with the biosample is observing it. You're not, like, destructively observing it. Zero science. As expected. Alright, let's warp until we're close to the moon. Can I not click and do warp here? Alright. 4 days, huh? Okay, now we're going to get some science. Whoops, wrong window. All the things. Yeah, Blowfish, I'm not actually sure what you're asking. Oh yeah, I can warp while it's doing that stuff now. Haha. Thank you for fixing that issue, RemoteTech devs. I am much happier. Did we, like, run out of power or something? That would be stupid. Yep. Okay, so I guess transmitting all that science was expensive in power. Also, it's possible the Able avionics drained a bit of it. Do we, like, randomly have some science hanging around? No. Thankfully, we transmitted all the science. Oh, we didn't even meet the flyby contract because we were further than 5,000 kilometers from the moon. But we did get a lot of science, so that's fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and range safety this. Oh, I can't even range safety it, so we'll just mark it as debris. So yes, we got lunar science, but we didn't actually complete any contracts. Oh well. I am going to go have supper. Thank you all for watching, and see you again at some point that may or may not be tonight. Probably will be, but who knows. Look at all that science. Right. Thanks for watching. See you all. Bye-bye.